Welcome to episode 69 of ApartmentHacker. This is Mike Brewer, and it is my mission to tease out human potential in the multifamily space. Tonight I want to talk about intrapreneurialism. Intrapreneurialism. It's akin to entrepreneurialism, which is an external exercise of the capitalistic right afforded to all of us to go out and create business in the marketplace. Entrepreneurialism, on the other hand, is our right and our ability to innovate and create inside of an organization where you have some security, for lack of a better way to put it. You have a job that you do every day, and there's some security in that in the way of health benefits and vision benefits and dental benefits and a steady paycheck. So the reason I want to talk about that is this. I think many times there are entrepreneurial spirits that exist inside of organizations and they just die on the vine. They don't exercise their creative side and they don't think that they can go about creating businesses within a business. And I want to talk about somebody that did that. When I worked at Equity Residential a number of years ago, there was a person by the name of Eddie Passadori. And Eddie Passadori walked into my office one day and he said, Mike, I'm creating a website. I want to make sure you're okay with it. I don't think he really cared whether I was okay with it or not. He would just do it anyway, which is great. Eddie created a website called Rent with Eddie, and he put his cell phone number on there. And he advertised that thing. That was back when MySpace was actually becoming a very popular social platform. Pardon me, and Craigslist was another thing that was just making its way to on the scene. And Eddie advertised himself as a brand, as a guy that worked inside of an organization that can handle any rental need that you have. He could handle a rental need at the community that he worked with, which happened to be LaSalle Apartments in Beaverton, Oregon. He could handle your housing needs if you wanted to live in downtown Portland. It didn't matter. We had 16 properties at the time. He was willing to take you anywhere you wanted to go within that 16 property constraint, right? And hook you up with housing. He was an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur inside of a huge corporation. And the return on his investment was huge for him. He was able to take leasing commissions because he just ran his own hours, right? He ran his own operation. Now, I'm sure we broke every labor law you can imagine because he would show apartments after hours and so on. Anyway, it was, you got to figure out how to do that within boundaries. I'm not advocating that people break rules, but Eddie broke a lot of rules and I allowed him to do it, and at the time it worked. So the point I'm trying to get at is that you can do that inside of an organization. The return on that investment can be huge for you personally. It can also be huge for the organization. Eddie made himself a brand name all the way up and down the organization. So much so that he was sent on special assignments in Denver and Seattle and San Francisco, wherever there was a need, because Eddie had created this brand within the organization. He was the person that they called. He was a go-to person. And he exercised the same platform when he went down to whatever city he happened to be called to go to. So my call to action for you tonight is do it. If you're an entrepreneur and you're just not quite courageous enough to go out and try to do that on your own, or you don't have all the right resources, or you don't have the right family structure that allows you to do that, you can do that inside of an organization. You can come up with great ideas. And I would tell you, I would advocate for you, encourage you. Skunk works, right? Do it, test it, experiment with it, fail with it. Do it smartly, but experiment with it, and when you get it to the right point, introduce it. Unleash it on your organization and make it happen in a big way. And it'll be good for you. It'll be good for the organization. Take care. We'll talk to you tomorrow.